everyone. Welcome to, or welcome back to, the Marky Barber ASMR channel. Look what I've got here. We've got a box. By DK. And it says, Our World in Pictures. Animals of the World. Flashcards. Explore Earth's most fascinating creatures with the Animals of the World flashcards. Learn, play, and quiz your friends with this amazing fact pack deck. I thought it would be really interesting to have a look into these cards, to choose a few to look at today, and to maybe make a sporadic series where we come back to this box and have a look at some from time to time, and hopefully do some tapping, and hopefully it will be helpful so that you can relax, chill out, unwind, but also be educated a little while you're chilling out. So let's have a look then. This is a hefty amount of cards here. I think I read 100. Oh, here we go. 168 separate cards. Let's just set these aside for a second. So, I'll put that just to one side for the minute. So as you can see, these are kind of done by sections here, from what I can understand of the cards. But we'll learn this together. So you can see here. Look, mammals. They're the blue cards. When we bypass mammals, we get birds. Birds. They're the yellow cards. And then we have We've then got amphibians. They seem to be the green cards, or teal, maybe teal you would call this. We then have a lighter orange colour here for the insects. Sounds like the scurrying of insects on the tapping, tapping, tapping. And look, we have pink cards here. With fish. Fish, fish. And then finally, the invertebrates. Invertebrates, invertebrates, invertebrates. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get 2 of each of these at random. Of each section, and we'll have a look at them all today. It's nice to sort through them. Just picking any old 2 cards, nothing all set in stone, just any 2 cards I come to. Those 2 will do. Okay. So, let's have a look at the animals of the world today and what we've got for each section. It would seem as though we've got the Latin names from them here. I will attempt to say them, but my goodness, I will probably butcher these names, so let me apologise in advance. Mesocycletus auratus. Mesocycletus auratus. Maybe, maybe not. Rich golden orange fur of this little critter here, this little mammal. The cheek pouches can be filled with food. So who is this? Golden hamster. A golden hamster's heart can beat up to 500 times in 1 minute. It is a rodent and familiar around the world as a pet. Most of these pets are the descendants of a single female, which was captured in 1930. The original pet hamsters were short-haired, but a long-haired variety have since been developed. And then we look here, we see here the location is Asia. Their habit is is in the rough. The diet is seeds, nuts and insects. Their status is vulnerable. Up to 13 centimetres in length can they grow. Interesting. The golden hamster collects food when this is abundant and caches it, stores it away in a hidden place. The hamster's cheek skin is loose and floppy and forms an expandable pouch in which food is carried. So there we are. First of this series, the golden hamster. Sweet little thing. Now we have our second card of the day. Chinchilla lanigera. Chinchilla lanigera. Luxurious fur, long whiskers, another mammal, our second mammal of the day. So we've got the chinchilla here. Prized for its soft, silky fur, the chinchilla has been hunted by humans for many years. It's named after a South American tribe called chinchilla, the members of which used to wear clothes made from the animal's fur. The chinchilla forms colonies of 100 or more in rocky areas, sheltering in caves and crevices. Location here. South America, in the mountains, the diet is of grass and leaves. Status of the chinchilla is endangered. The length is 22 to 24 centimetres, or 8 to 9.5 inches. The Chilean chinchilla eats plant foods, especially grass and leaves, sitting up to hold items in its front feet while watching for danger. Up to 4 young are born after a gestation period of about 16 weeks and are suckled for 6 to 8 weeks. The chinchilla there. Now we come to our first fish of the day. Prionatis glauca. I've probably butchered that completely, so my apologies in advance. Prionatis glauca, cobalt blue body. Long, narrow pectoral fins are good for turning at speed while swimming. Pale underside. The blue shark. Although possibly the widest ranging shark, this species is threatened by overfishing. Blue sharks sometimes circle potential prey before attacking, and large numbers may gather around a whale or porpoise carcass in a feeding frenzy, biting at chunks of floating debris. They have been known to attack humans. Gotta be careful. The location is warm oceans. The habitat is the sea. Their diet is fish, invertebrates, and seabirds. Their status is near threatened. Their length is 3.8 metres or 12.5 feet. What do we see here? Look, blue sharks feed mostly at night and probably use their large, well-developed eyes at close range to detect bioluminescence, light emitted by living organisms. And by hunting in groups, the blue shark can make shoals of prey bunched together, even in the wide expanse of the open ocean. These hunters take turns to grab a mouthful from the gathered prey. Gelosardocavia. Hopefully, something like that. The eyes are big and sight is sharp, with a white underside in the fish section. Another shark, we have the tiger shark. A known human eater and one of the world's most dangerous sharks. The tiger shark has distinctive teeth, shaped like a cockerel's comb, and a head that is disproportionately large for its slender, streamlined body. This shark generally prefers coastal waters, often moving inshore to feed at night. Location is warm oceans. The habitat is the sea, as well as what looks to be moving inshore as well. The diet is almost anything. The status is near threatened. The length is 5.5 to 7.5 metres, or 18 to 25 feet. Wow. Big. A primarily nocturnal hunter, the tiger shark has the most indiscriminate diet among sharks. It employs quick bursts of speed to catch live prey, such as fish and reptiles, invertebrates and mammals. It also scavenges on carrion and may even feed on rubbish. Young sharks of this species are marked with vertical, tiger-like stripes. These may fade or be absent in adults. The tiger shark there. And then, what do we have here? Our first bird of the day, Buboscandiacus. Buboscandiacus. Large round head, yellow eye, and the feet are covered in fluffy feathers to keep the bird warm. Nice, nice. Snowy owl. The snowy owl is beautifully insulated and superbly camouflaged. Its thick plumage covers its entire body, including its nostrils and toes, and its white colour makes it very difficult to spot against a background of rocks and snow. The young male and female snowy owls are similar, but males become whiter as they age. Interesting. Their location is the Arctic. Their habitat is within trees, grass, and also mountains. Their diet is small mammals. Their status is least concern, and their length is 55 to 70 centimetres, or 22 to 28 inches. Larger than the male, the female snowy owl has black flecks on its feathers and a speckled crown, which provides camouflage when nesting. Female snowy owls nest on the tundra, laying their eggs in a hollow on the ground. They tend the young, feeding them with food brought by the male. Wow. Snowy owl there. And then we have what looks to be another owl in the birds for today. Strix aluco. Strix aluco. Prominent facial disc and large black eyes. The tawny owl. The plump-bodied nocturnal tawny owl has short legs and a round head with two prominent facial discs. Its wings are short, broad, and curved downwards when it glides. The tawny owl preys mainly on mice and voles, but its pellets, regurgitated food, often include the remains of birds, beetles, and frogs. Location is Africa, Asia, Europe. The habitat is trees, forests, and within homes. The diet is mice and voles. Their status is least concern. And the length is 37 to 39 centimetres, 14.5 to 15.5 inches. Like most owls, the tawny owl nests in cavities, laying its eggs in tree holes or old buildings without making a nest. The tawny owl has several coloured forms, ranging from reddish brown and dark brown to grey. The tawny owl there. Now we're on to insects now. Insects. Atticus atlas. Atticus altas, I should say. Atticus altas. This large insect has triangular translucent patches on its wings, black wavy line on wing margins, curved wingtip, and fat abdomen. Atlas moth. The atlas moth has large papery wings that are covered in vivid patterns, however they are fragile. The female is larger and heavier than the male, with a wingspan that's as big as a bird's. Her sole function is to attract a male to mate with. Afterwards, she lays her eggs on the underside of a leaf and dies. Wow. Location is Asia. Habitat is within trees. Diet is caterpillars eat leaves. Status is not evaluated. The length in the wingspan is 25 centimetres, 10 inches. The feathered antennae of the male are covered with sensor cells called chemoreceptors. They are sensitive enough to pick up the scent of a female several kilometres away. Most of the moth's life is spent as a caterpillar. It feeds ferociously on the leaves of citrus trees until it's ready to pupate. It then spins a silk cocoon around itself and changes into an adult moth over 6 to 8 weeks. The atlas moth there. Bombus terrestris. Bombus terrestris. The body is covered in fur. The buff-tailed bumblebee. Bumblebees are incredibly active insects and can visit several thousand flowers a day. As they weave their way between blooms, their rapidly beating wings make a buzzing sound. Bumblebees have spread around the world. They've adapted to a huge range of habitats and become spectacularly diverse. Their location is Africa, Asia, and Europe. They can live in trees, in forests, on mountains, in hills, as well as around residential homes. Their diet is nectar. Their status is of least concern, and their length is 0.3 to 2.7 centimetres, or 1/8 to 1 inch. Like all its relatives, the buff-tailed bumblebee has a body covered by fur, enabling it to fly in the cool conditions of early spring. Bees are social insects living in complex colonies consisting of a queen, males, and sterile females. cells. The buff-tailed bumblebee there. Now we come to amphibians. Rhacophorus nigropalmatus. Rhacophorus nigropalmatus. Prominent eyes with horizontal pupils. The green colour provides camouflage. Bright yellow underparts. Here we have Wallace's flying frog. Wallace's flying frog is named after his discoverer Alfred Russel Wallace, the English naturalist, who with Charles Darwin shares the credit for the theory of evolution by natural selection. This large frog has heavily webbed fans and feet. The limbs have additional narrow ridge that increase their surface area. The location is Asia, in trees or grass. Their diet is small invertebrates. Their status is least concern, and their length is 7 to 10 centimetres, or 2 3/4 to 4 inches. The large, webbed feet of Wallace's flying frog act like parachutes as it leaps from tree to tree. This slows its descent so that the frog can travel greater distances. Wallace's flying frog there. Looks like we've got another amphibian here. Maybe another frog, I don't know. Agalicins calidrias. Agallicinis calidrias. Prominent red eyes, and the well-developed pads on its toes aid climbing. Yes, it is another frog. Red-eyed tree frog. Red-eyed tree frogs are easy to recognise thanks to their startling colouring. Their bright eyes are thought to surprise predators and discourage them from attacking. However, during the day, they often keep their eyes shut, relying on their green skin to camouflage them among forest leaves. Their location is Central America. Their habitat is within forests. Their diet is insects. Their status is of least concern, and their length is 4 to 7 centimetres, or 1.5 to 2 3/4 inches. In the breeding season, males gather on branches overhanging a pond and call out to females with a series of clicks. This frog has a green body, and the insides of its legs are red and yellow. By day it rests on leaves, with its legs folded to hide all the bright parts of its body. The red-eyed frog there. The red-eyed tree frog, I should say, there. Invertebrates. Uca vocans. Long-stalked eyes. Males have a large, brightly coloured claw. This is the orange fiddler crab. A male orange fiddler crab is easily recognised because one claw is greatly enlarged. This claw makes up more than half the crab's body weight and is used both to attract potential mates and to ward off rival males. If disputes arise, the weaker individual usually retreats before any serious damage is done. The location: Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. The habitat is within sea or coral ridges. The diet is sediments. The status is not evaluated, and the length is 2.5 centimetres or 1 inch. Orange fiddler crabs are active during the day. As well as digging a deep main burrow, they create a number of bolt holes they can retreat into if danger threatened. If waving their claws does not scare off a rival male, then two crabs may arm wrestle each other to resolve their dispute. Interesting. The orange fiddler crab there. Linkia ligivita. The snake-like arms have smooth spineless surfaces. Blue starfish. Starfish are star-shaped, but they are not fish. They are echinoderms. This means that they have spiny skin. They cannot swim, but they are very good at crawling. They can walk up strands of seaweed and climb down the sides of rocks. Even in the deepest, darkest parts of the sea, there are starfish creeping around. Locations: the Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean. They live in the sea, in the oceans, and in the coral land. The diet is small organisms and particles. Their status is not evaluated, and their length is up to 1 metre or 3¼ feet. Starfish don't have eyes. Instead, they have eye spots on the tips of their bendy arms. These special cells cannot see shapes, but they can tell whether it's light or dark. The blue starfish belongs to a group of starfish with elongated snake-like arms. Not all species are blue in colour. A minority of individuals are purple or orange. The blue starfish there. And that will conclude the first video, where we showcase some flashcards of animals of the world. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it relaxing, or it's been of use to you some way. I hope you're all keeping well. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next one.